July 10, 10:40 p.m. Oh, wow. Oh, 1:40 p.m. I read that wrong. District Court, Defendant 11 Ah, Polo! I can't believe it! Yeah, I can. It really happened during the second act. And right in the middle of the Lemons performance. Why was she in that air vent? And the switch and the flaming guitar? When you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew it had what it took. Who's this? Oh, it's Phoenix. Knew you had what it took. Ah, Daddy! Mr. Wright, you believed in me. I haven't seen your chapter, I think. Really? Not really. Oh? I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than saying hi. Why do I even bother hoping? Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Latouche on the shoulder and not as well dressed. Oh no, what if you're shot too, Daddy? Will I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Oh, you're leaving? Oh, one thing before I go. What? Good luck. Right. Is that all you're gonna say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Marky to pay off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? Darian Crescent. Will be easy proving he did it. Especially knowing the current court system. It feels like this whole game is all about the court system being, like, not corrupt, but just very bad at finding out who the real killer is. What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? The case is based on one fragile assumption, namely that our Diva Divine is telling the truth. But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch? A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of the connection with the case. But the sultry songstress is lying. Your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly something. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. Be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Ugh. Oh, is he telling me that if you really want to get that one person, you have to, like, make forged evidence? Because people that know what they're doing are very hard to get down unless you do that. I'm not doing it. I hope I don't have to do that. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky, Emma. Let's see, this bag of snacks, he was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker or something similar, but the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. That's what the gunshots were at the second, where Emma and Polo heard them, right? Under the sofa? Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy. Right, this. Well, finally some evidence that makes sense. That's all for me, I suppose. See you after the verdict. Right. Every man has an igniter inside him. Excuse me? Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off. Yeah, sure. Because that makes no sense. Send him flying. And he walked out the door just like a magician. Normally. What does he want us to do? No conventional methods. What does that mean? I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it works. Hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. July 10, 1:55 p.m. District Court, room number 3. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescent? In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. He, Darian, was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct. Oh, I know, hair forehead. Very well, call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darian Crescent. Name and occupation, please. Darian Crescent, Detective Criminal Affairs, Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Gavaneers, maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you... Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. Situations change, Darian. And don't call me partner. First, so much for old friends. See what you're doing, Darian. Pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial. Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear the testimony. You may begin with your response to Lemron's testimony. If in fact you have anything to say about this. Well, I have plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Borginia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice, conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing. Darian's rebuttal. The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots, as if. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was in stage, man. So you claim Lemron's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong, I dig what she's doing, trying to protect the kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is you've got a reliable... Why not listen to the detective? Detective Sky, I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. He didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. Can't do this with Lemron's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. I just realized something, and they put in Emma Sky. I love that. I just realized that. That just clicked. He was lying, plain and simple. Yeah, definitely. Look at my hair, bro. You don't have any proof she was lying. Oh yeah, kid, you saying I lied? No, I'm just saying, Oh, look, glare back at him! Couldn't help it. Flinched by reflex. Detective Crescent! Yeah, what do you want? Nothing. Oh, chin up! Back straight, you're wilting! This guy's hard as nails. He makes Walkie look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way the diva remembers my voice. In the first place, she never heard my voice. God damn it, this game! Why the... This game is so weird, on the emulator at least. The emulator, I don't even know. Sometimes it doesn't go weird, and sometimes it does. Not a word, as far as I can recall. Weren't they planning sessions or something? Gavin took care of all that himself. Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. Ugh. As if you could just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that. Ross' hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him if she heard him. I'm sure of it, I just can't prove it. And I need proof. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots as if. We know she missed the words. The mixing board proved it. Oh yeah, there was a mistake. But blaming it on gunshots is just a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in the song. A miscue. So just fubbed it up big time, that's all. She spins the story about a gunshot to protect the kid. And cover for her own goof. Man, I'd have to hand it to her. If she wasn't snacking. Darian, watch what you say. Lemron's an artist. She just fubbed it up. That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. She got to you, alright. See it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious, it's way over my head. Detecting a rift in the Gavaneer's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. If you ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story at the drop of a pick. Did Detective Emma Sky hear the gunshot? Actually, I was there too. So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots. Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. Guess you and Lemron got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the third set. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually correct gunshots. Archie heard them too. Remember he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them? So how do we figure out just what those gunshots during the third set were? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. Nicole that could have been what the shooter wanted us to think. Tell you what the shooter, that kid, wants you to think. He wants you to think that Diva heard me in that room. Oh, I'm back to relying on Lemron's testimony. As much as I'm enjoying the Darien and Forehead show, there is no need for such tempers. Don't make us into some comedy duo. The Mr. Gavin and Darien show's cancelled. Neither of your claims can be proven or disproved. We could argue for days like this and get nowhere. Prosecutor Gavin is quite right. This court will hear no further discussions on this topic without new facts. New facts, huh? He's pretty eager to paint Lemron as a liar. Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case. This is tough, so what do we do? Got a few ideas. Just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen. I'm guessing I have to do the fragments? Yeah. Objection! Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this small device. That's the remote triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The gunpowder were found in those fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. What do you think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darien as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. So there's another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set. Could have been two firecrackers ready to go off by remote control. But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation for that seems a bit too convenient to me. Oh, so you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off? Right when two witnesses... What? Darien was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear. You get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man? How do I explain this? Oh. Was that why the communicator was there on the ground? So he could hear if anyone went by? How do I explain this? He may not look like it, but Darien is a gifted detective. Show any weakness and he's sure to find it. He may not look like it, partner. Gee, thanks. That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there just before the third set. Something odd? Our headsets, the kind of staff members were wearing. That's right, we picked this up in front of the door to the dressing room. What if that headset wasn't was turned on? You could hear what was going on in that hallway. Even if you were out on stage. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darien. There are no sides in the court of law. Which is why I now turn on you, fair forehead. Huh? For me? The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw your headset from the hallway into the mix and you could fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been made. You've raised the possibility that the gunshots heard during the third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half? Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act, while a little piano player was on stage. That's right, Gavin. Indeed, if you can't prove that, to continue this cross-examination would be pointless. Mr. Justice. Can you prove the crime took place during the second act? Yeah, thanks.
But no, Paulo, otherwise we're through.
Can I prove it? It can't be proven. It can't be proven, I mean, it can.
Make it sound like someone else is going to come.
Witness, your testimony, if you would. This isn't gonna be easy. I need some decisive proof and fast.
Hey, you ready, kid? 'Cause I am.
Shooting took place during the second act. So sure, let's see your proof.
Is it the mixing board because of the miscue?
Objection!
Oh, it is.
Seems there was a clear proof left behind. Right here in LeBron's song. Her song. What does it have to use this device thing? New variety of gramophone, perhaps. Come on, will you just use this and don't get me started on gramophone. This device is used for performance part by part. Art?
Use the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately. Lamar's voice included.
Oh, but what is this proof?
According to Lamar's testimony, the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words of the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording of that moment, ja? We might even get to hear.
Exactly. Oh, ridiculous. How are we supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage?
Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets.
Oh.
We were all deeply involved in our performance. But Lamar's headset would have picked up what you heard all the same.
Then let's get to analyzing that recording. Right now.
I'll stop seeing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot and I'll find the gunshots.
Ooh. I heard that.
Does that, like, can you hear that even when this is going on? No. Okay, sorry.
Your Honor, listen closer to this part. This is the track with Lamar's vocals. I did hear something friendly there, yes. Might sound like a gunshot. What? This has to be some kind of mistake. What?
He's here!
Oh no, my erection's down. No!
I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second act, which means Lamar's testimony is true.
Good. Order! So, she was telling the truth about what she saw, what she heard.
Mr. the man speaking, not Mr. Latus.
Well, what did he say?
Sofa, press the switch, now.
Just after that, there was a gunshot and the guitar caught on fire.
Detective Crassan, you went on stage during the second set. You could have done it.
But why did we only hear one gunshot in the recording? Weren't the two bullets fired from this weapon?
Lamar was moving through the airband, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Miss Latusse's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent. Once again, I'm reminded of something. Our performance that day. Your performance? Seeing the mixing board judged by memory. You were there too, therefore. What is it with today? Problem after problem, Tom. My Hulk won't stop, my guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burned, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was this performance. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that, second guitar? Ugh. It was you, Darian. And I thought it strange at that time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you, I know how you play, you're better than that. Yeah, well, You what? Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at? I'm talking about the murder weapon, Miss Latusse's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait, you mean he's playing with the fact that he heard himself shooting the revolver? Haha, you're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Crescent. I am a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training, plenty of it. No amateur. Standard sidearm issued to a police officer is 38 caliber. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Miss Latousse, which suggests there was a struggle between the killer and the victim. So, the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean? The thought had occurred to me, yes. Oh boy. Well, does the witness have anything to do with the state of this case? Detective Crescent! What I want to ask is what my sleeves rolled up ready for actions has to say. Hey, you, attorney. Yeah? Exactly what piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on a tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a 45 caliber kickback. I'm weak for this case, Gavin, I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth. Yeah, I really wish that was true, but sadly, it isn't. The witness has a point. Defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say to response to this case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. Proof of innocence. Wasn't this earlier? Come on, why would I even want to kill the manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This is the diva's first trip to the country, right? How can I possibly know a manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? You do have a motive, though. The replica, right? The cocoon. Simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is the case that Mr. Latousse had not been to the country yet? According to our records, yes, not even once. I see, very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. Great, now I need to find a motive. Proof of innocence. Come on, why would I even want to kill her manager? Not like I want that replica or anything. A manager, sure, but Mr. Latousse was... Oh, right. Sorry, an Interpol agent, wasn't he? I had some trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you did. Not a very good one, seeing as how he got wasted. That's cold, dog. Not that it matters either way. See, I have no reason to kill that man, or whatever it was. Want a reason? Easy, I got no motive, man. Well, that's the same for Marky. No motive was proven for him. Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive for his own. Made that more than I sure did. I mean, think about it. This is the diva's first trip to the country, right? Darian, you're a detective within international affairs. Yeah, what of it? Even if this was Miss Latousse's first trip to the country, you still could have met him prior to the concert. Huh? Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs? That's right, well, Detective Crescent. That's your game, is it? Guess I'd better confess then. Confess?
Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas. What? But you're an international... See, me and Plains got differences in opinion. We don't like each other much. My condolences there, Forehead, but he's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country, I can guarantee it. As it turns out, my division has plenty of works to do lawyers locally as well. That's so unfair. How could I possibly know her manager? Hold it! So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert? Fraternize? Huh. Don't think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone wanted to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see, if I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Hold it! You sure about that? What? What? Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, you try throwing out one of your wild accusations, I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of what. Here, Forehead, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking out. Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know. So he's using the motive question as ammunition, huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence. Alright. So you do have a motive. This. Objection! Yep, there we go. Your Honor, take a look at this. What's that? Looks like candy. It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Crescent, ever seen this? Looks like a piece of candy. What is it? Evidence. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings. A cocoon? Never seen one that color. It's a variety only found in the Republic of Bochini. Nowhere else. Alright, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Miss Latouche. Does it? It does. Wait, I think it does. You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make, well, silk out of. It's a powerful curative. Curative? For what? It's most efficacious at treating a disease, though thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Bogini. What for? If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world? Yeah, that's what we've been wondering. We've looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it doesn't manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. What? There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out into the black market. It caused quite the commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware. Intriguing. All this was led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export, one rigidly enforced by Interpol among others. Interpol? Right. The victim, Romain Latouche, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as manager, but that is misleading. Romain Latouche wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent. So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country. That's what you're trying to say? I'm saying that could well be if I was going to sell on the black market, make myself a pretty penny. Ridiculous. Totally unthinkable. Okay. Perhaps it's time for another testimony. About the smuggling cocoons business. Alright, cocoon smuggling. International Affairs got a memo about his cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about it. Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling isn't exactly lucrative anymore. Then I'm in International Affairs, and know the deal. Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Miss Latouche undercover. You kids think about the craziest things, but no way am I gonna risk life and limb, just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted. According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol agent lists. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something, and I'm going to find out what. International Affairs got a memo about this. The memo. That's how you knew about the cocoons. Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now. You had to know about the cocoons to plan this. So How well known are these cocoons? I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I'd never heard of them. Well, Lemron knew about them, though not their use.
My reports indicate that there are ongoing efforts to control Interpol on the site. What? Most people only know they're illegal to export, that's all.
Then I've nothing to be embarrassed about after all. You'd say people like me know about them are a minority, yeah. But that includes everyone in international affairs, man. And everyone in Interpol too, for that matter. Yeah. Interpol's all hot and bothered about it. So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Trucy. All over the world, likely, deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the black market. You don't want Interpol sniffing through your wares. Most come to the conclusion that you can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous. Dangerous? Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketeer might think you're part of it. Times have changed. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices? Yeah, and his brother would want a piece of that action. It'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection.
Maybe we could get them to cut his hair too. Who's on trial here again?
Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market. And that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing? Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff. Man, I'm in international affairs, I know the deal. Which is why you know how to find a loophole in the system. Hey, you can say what you want about me, back off international affairs. There are no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts? That wasn't what I was trying to,
Down, Darwin, as you say. There were no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International affairs, Interpol, and Virginia Customs are all watching.
See, we know what we're doing. Not like some yipping little doggies that lap up every word that demons say. My order.
Order what? You want some of this? Oh, punch you with my hair or something, I don't know.
My arm's hurting right now, I can't punch you. See, it's hurting! Nope, that doesn't prove anything. Screw you, I want this guy's head on a stick. Replica has to be there and be the key to his motive. There's gotta be a way to find out what he's up to. Okay. So, this. Now, I think this article about the Chief Justice I think here it is.
Yeah, I think this was the reason he was trying to smuggle it in.
Objection! Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would. No clueless to you, everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I'd kiss my keys to goodbye. Why sell it to a black market buyer? How about someone like this? Oh yeah. The article! It's about the Chief Justice. Deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon. But so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease. A cure for incuritus. Incuritus? I've heard of that somewhere. You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning. Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You aren't saying our witness is the detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice. You're saying the Chief Justice would never deal in contraband. Not even to save his own son's life. But even if the deal went through, why would it be an international scandal? That's Detective Crescent's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with the neck inclined would be the Chief Justice. Oh, Crescent, is this true? First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler? How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think about if the Chief Justice were the buyer. My seller couldn't hope for a better deal. Very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Well... Oh yeah, and you're forgetting one other important thing. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only one out there watching this. Borginian Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about the cocoons getting out. So you're well informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Alright. Borginian Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked. Cocoons
possession will get you arrested on the spot and sentenced to death. And then if there's a way to get things out there, I'd sure like to know. Oh, okay. That's all changed. That's interesting. Oh, oops, sorry. Again. Trying to go to the last one. I really wish there was like I don't know, something out of how much statements there are at the top. How would he get it out? Oh! Oh! The guitar, right? Didn't Gavin say he had a very special, boarding thing that do evidence to get the guitar over? What if he'd hid the cocoon in there? Yeah. Actually, there is one thing. What? One way to get something out of the country, no checks. What is it? You become a prosecutor. Prosecutor? I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday at your office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamar. How did it end up here? I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and you made a present of it. The guitar is from Virginia? That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in the Lamar's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to the office for me. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched. Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets of vacuum, packed in Virginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying the guitar was... With cocoons this small, it would have been very easy. Use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. Well, what? Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that a guitar had some work done on it recently, right? What? Good memory, Hair Forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front. It is called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes, that is in fact... This is in fact... An igniter. Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if the igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar? You mean... He means this, of course. Oh. There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band. Yow! Order, order, order! So the igniter was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution. Precaution? Hair Forehead. At last, it all comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of Lemar's ballad, if you please. Yes. First, my keys were stolen, a harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case. The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar. I see. But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler. What's that? Mr. Latouche. Oh! Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about this guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoon was confiscated, then the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. It's over. Press the switch now. The guitar burst into flames and the cocoon was lost. And then,
Mr. Latouche died.
Was Leroy there to witness it?
There's your case. Brilliant, man. 100%. I gotta know you make that all up on the fly.
For a made-up story, it makes a great deal of sense.
Further Republic of Borginio. Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there.
True, you haven't.
But let's see you make up a story for that kid. Not I had the cocoon in the first place, huh?
It's not so hard to imagine. You had help, a Borginian accomplice, that's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Leroy heard proves it. It's over. Press the switch now.
You made the transmission from backstage.
While your co-conspirator was on stage.
But who was it? This is it, the coup de grace. And for once I knew what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him. There's Marco, right? Or whatever his name is, right? Marchi. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. Be warned, with a great accusation comes great responsibility. Make up your answer on the fly as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. Ready, Mr. Justice. Who is the smuggler's accomplice?
Take that!
There's one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice. That person is the defendant, Marchi Tobai. But Mr. Justice, he's your client. A defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one. I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I am. But I'm here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche. I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime. Indeed, the defendant is Borginian, but he does meet the basic requirement to be the accomplice. But what if it was in fact Leroy? It couldn't have been. Well, you seem sure of yourself.
The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor.
Electronic signals?
Recall that this remote only works to a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, it's true.
Now think back to the testimony. When the shooter made a transmission, Leroy was still in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote control would reach.
Well, looking at this, it seems that Leroy still could have done the deed. No. When the shooter made the transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and the Leroy stand there. They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from Leroy's position on the air vent. Oh. Well, Detective Percent, what do you say to that? Your Honor. Yes, Detective. Can we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time. Oh, well, I don't see why not. Why don't tell me he has a way out of this? Wait, was that? It's already burning. Ha 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 ha. Too bad, so sad, punk. Punk?
First you were sleeves and kid, now punk? You're losing rank fast, Apollo.
What exactly were we supposed to say in this photo? Video?
Problem isn't what we see, correct, Darian?
Right, it's what you hear. We have musicians after all. Gotta explain for us non-musicians. Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the Wii pianist to set off that igniter? That's right. Yes.
Well, in order to do that, he'd have to press the switch.
Am I right? Okay. We'll take another listen. Pay attention to the piano. Piano. What seems to be the problem there? Piano sound is just fine.
That's the problem, man. You still don't get it?
Oh. Yeah, how's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? We have to listen to the piano all by itself, right? Because when we press it, it doesn't make a sound. Because the switch was in there. I'm surprised we haven't brought that up, by the way. You've got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, and the piano, the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Diva.
Mama.
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press a switch. Piano plays non-stop. He couldn't have pressed that switch. Well, Mr. Justice, piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire. Well, it's okay, we all make mistakes sometimes.
Polo, were you wrong?
It can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just... He does realize that this has nothing to do with the murder itself, right? He could have still killed her. He's just trying to figure out who pressed the switch. It's like he's admitting that he told someone to press the switch already. It's just... What's strange?
No, it's just... something's odd about the performance there.
Odd? Mr. Justice, Tamaki Tobai didn't press that switch. Then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is. But everything points to it. Every fact says that he's the accomplice. You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire. The pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes. Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter. Was the defendant Machi Tobai the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you've said here. Give us a thought.
Hello, if Machi's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined.
I know that. It has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler. He had to have pressed the switch.
Well, you better find a way to prove it.
Ugh. What do I do?
There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd. Something odd.
Something odd. Wait a second.
What? You thought of something?
What was Gavin saying just now? Yeah, strange. What's strange?
No, it's just... something odd about the performance there.
Not much to go on, but it's all I've got. What exactly did he hear that was odd? Have you come with something, Mr. Justice? May I remind you that everything rests on this. Can you prove Machi Tobai pressed the switch? Let's see your final answer. I can prove it. I don't know if you could call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible.
And as a prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Here, forehead, you're sure about this?
Unaccepted. There's no evidence, man. See your evidence, Mr. Justice. On what do you base your claim the defendant pressed the switch?
Take that!
The basis of my claim is music, Your Honor. Music? What about music? Let's listen to the piano part around the time when the switch was to be pressed. Right before the guitar burst into flames. It went quiet there. I hear piano being played. But doesn't it sound kind of simple? Simple?
I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Machi could have played that part with one hand?
One hand? He only needed one hand to play press the switch. He could play the piano with the other. Huh, what, so you some kind of piano savant? Actually no. What do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand. Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about here.
Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy. Yeah? You got something?
Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist, could he?
Oh, Daddy. He couldn't play a part like that even if he had 3 hands.
Ha! So sorry, so sad for you. No, not really. Huh? That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way. Man, how are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or two? You can't. I admit it will be rather difficult to prove. But it's highly likely he was playing with one hand. How do you know that? Clues for Prosecutor Gavin described his soundings odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. No way. No way, dude. Well, it seems we've come to the mode of truth at least. Mode of truth and justice. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst into flames. Archie was definitely playing one hand just before the guitar caught fire. And one section of the song proves it. Okay. Well, I can't actually play it, okay. Yeah, it's that one. That's the section, Afraid I don't hear it. What's your opinion as an artist, Prosecutor Gavin? It's a beautiful song and the lyrics are outstanding. I'll take that to mean there isn't a problem with this section at all. Wait, so what was odd that Gavin heard? The switch was pressed in the first half of the second verse. I know, I just need to find a place to compare that. Your Honor, if you give me one more chance, I think I can find it. Suppose we don't have a choice. Very well. Claim the defendant was playing with one... Yeah. What is it then? Hang on. Yeah, it's... Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now just what it was that sounded odd to you. As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, your forehead. Realize what? I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the but a fleeting melody phrase. Man, how many times do we have to listen to that same thing? Yeah, I do agree. I've listened to that way too much now. You're right, enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we? Another section? The guitar bursts into flames at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot in the first verse. Pay attention to the "Oh, that night in your embrace." Play verse 2 again. Did you hear it? They feel the same, true. They're clearly very different. What? Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple. The same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You'd have to use two hands to play that for sure. Oh. What's that prove? I would think you'd know that by now. This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the two verses had different arrangements. Happens all the time. Not this time, Darian. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had it played specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. Oh. That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different, I asked myself. Now ask yourself why Magic changed how he played, and there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch. Yes. Yes. Order! I believe that ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin. Yes, quite. Though personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment. Huh. What, no comeback? Can't believe it, I finally did it. I shut him up. Objection from the prosecution. I will now state the court's opinion on this matter. Good show, sleaze. No, great show. It's not over. I don't like it when it looks so happy. You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing.
Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Hair Forehead.
Huh? Me?
Yes, don't get me wrong. Your case is solid. The facts all check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence.
Yeah, but the facts. Anyone can see it was him. Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it.
But...
1,000 facts might point towards the same conclusion. But without decisive evidence, it's not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system.
I don't believe it.
Does not seem as though the defense has any more to present. Oh, I think if he did, we'd already have seen it a long ways back. It is present. This court is unable to acknowledge your accusation. Oh, God.
Truth is staring at us all in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Oh, remember what Daddy said?
It won't be easy proving he did it under the current court system. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. Be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Ugh. Every man has an igniter inside him.
Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off. I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter.
I think it is meant a weak spot, no? The kind of thing that a single spark can turn into a wildfire of emotion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to find a weak spot in this guy. Something fatal. So, can I get back to work now? Why? It may look like I've got a lot of time on my hands, but I've got no more time to play pretend with this dead-weight attorney. Oh, well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without... This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go. Every man has an igniter. Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin?
Ah, yes. Good guitars are kept dry is why. That provides the best sound.
Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning. It's the kid, isn't it, Margie? We're gonna make him talk. Now get him pissed. What? Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, he'll be out of your hands for good.
Go for it, Apollo.
Watching this igniter's supposed to come burn me up? It's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney.
All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry, and I intend to hear this one through to the end. Hair Forehead, you accuse this man Darian Crescent of 2 crimes. The arson of smuggling a Borgini. This is your last chance to prove your case.
It will be my last warning.
I'm starting to wonder, why would Margie help this guy? And I'm starting to think, maybe it's because Darian knew about their secret. Maybe he knew that Margie was pretending to be blind for the law's sake, and he was going to blackmail him? Maybe.
The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud, it's the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Then let's have it. Show us the basis of this accusation against Darian Crescent. Okay, this is really my last chance. Keita will take apart planners. Call this. Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence. So what it is? It's true that I couldn't show decisive evidence. Perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else. You mean a witness?
You mean a witness?
Proving his guilt is a tall order, but I've got just the person to do it. Very well, Miss Justice. Who is the person you can prove Darian Crescent's guilt?
You, my boy.
The one person who can prove Darian Crescent's guilt is the defendant, Margie type. The client, again. Margie Dubai was an accomplice in the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darian Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, you can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle the cocoon is the real criminal in the case. How so? It would require him to looking for him. With the cooperation of the Republic of Borginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would no doubt also find inside the burnt out guitar. Oh, very scientific of you. Thus, did Machi Dubai acknowledge his agreement with Darian Crescent concerning the attempt at smuggling a Borginia cocoon. The case is solved. Huh.
Darian's laughing again.
Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to. Why not?
The little key tickler won't acknowledge anything. Especially not anything to do with the cocoon smuggling.
What's this all about?
Taking your cocoon out of the country means death. But...
Yes, see? The pianist really was a smuggler. Then testifying about it will be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking. But you're wrong, Detective Crescent. What? It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble. Huh? How? Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then you'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. Oh. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent.
They'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Borginia cocoon.
Yeah,
But if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Borginia police. It's not like he's in any danger in our court.
We're not going to find him guilty of murder here, not now. Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it. But who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Machi Dubai. You're Googling your entire plan. Machi Dubai knows everything. There's only one way out for him. And that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling. Huh. Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace, a hidden mansion, real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? Oh no, a house made out of pianos? Come on. Please! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! What the hell? Yeah, the emulator's lagging like crazy because of that. That was a bit over the top.
Darian, I consider that my last session with you. We rocked.
I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession.
Oh, he's laughing again.
That's a kind of sick desperation now, though. Well, have you been listening to today's trial?
Yes.
And you'll talk. You'll tell the court everything. I didn't want it to turn out this way. But I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime.
Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now. I knew from the beginning, I knew.
Machi.
Situation I cannot explain, but money I needed. Very much. Oh, okay. Very much money.
Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule, however.
It has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard.
Should another case of this short surface, we may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machi, Dubai.
Yes.
I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charges for the murder of Miss Latouche, this court is prepared to renounce a verdict.
Yay! He smiled. I thank you. I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth.
Oh. That's our job. Very well. Court finds the defendant Machi Dubai not guilty. Yay! Court is adjourned.
July 10, 4:42 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. I wonder what'll happen to Machi.
Well, he did smuggle the cocoon out of Virginia. Guess there will be another trial there. All's well that ends well. Yeah, I'm back.
Daddy! I owe you both my thanks.
Lemoire.
My, something wrong.
Sorry. Machi was your partner on stage, your friend.
Yes, I thought of him as my son. Even now I do, yet something got a hold of him, something evil, I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be?
I'm still sorry.
Do not be sorry. You have given me courage. Courage? I am considering an eye operation.
It was my suggestion, actually.
You mean you'll be able to see again? It's funny, I've always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving.
According to the doctor, Lamra lost her sight due to some kind of accident. An accident?
As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I have been running from. I was scared.
You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in that today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth.
If the light returns to my eyes, I think I'll take up painting.
Painting?
That's right, she's the landscape painter in sound, after all. I'll paint the two of you, I promise. Woohoo, I can't wait, Lemra.
I owe my thanks to Apollo. Thanks, Mr. Wright. For what? You reminded me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is. Right, your secret mission.
Apollo, Trucy, I hope that we will meet again someday soon. You bet, me too.
And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on until it came to the end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at it now. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad,
have them catch the killer at the end.
Oh, that was beautiful. Turnabout Succession. Nice. Well, I'm going to end it off here, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next episode, the last one. Episode 4, Turnabout Succession.